Well,
Oh, it's been a week, guys. Welcome back to the show. How y'all doing?
um, you know, better than better than it had been for a few weeks.
Yeah, like I kind of want to see where it goes. There's a couple things that happen in it where I'm just like, this is a little bit more Silent Hill than Resident Evil, but
That how your week
Oh,
was
I see
big?
where it goes.
oh,
Is
like
that
the
Huh?
is
smoke
that
that we had last week that was permeating through everywhere
What?
because apparently all of Canada was on fire last week. And then I sort of accidentally almost blinded myself earlier this week. I'll get into that one. Because I'm a dummy. And then tore a chunk out of my thumb because I'm accident prone at work.
Damn, I just found my bowling shoes this week. That's probably the most positive, neutral thing that happened for me.
Oh, and by the
Outside
way,
of
I
other
got guys,
stuff
I got a raise.
Hey,
That's the one good thing. This past paycheck was my first was the one I also got my big bonus in too. So things are looking up a bit. But yeah, I had a nice start to the week though. Cleaning one of the I was cleaning one of these, or I'll just discuss the story about accidentally blinding myself or nearly blinding myself. Was scrubbing underneath of one of the. I can't get my words out. We were cleaning. We were touching up rooms, specifically underneath all the hanging microwaves that they have that right above the stove because they're caked in grease. So we're scrubbing that off. I get this one that's really nasty looking because it has like about 5 to 10 years worth of shit just caked on the bottom of it. So I'm scrubbing at it with a scour. It's not a scouring pad. It's not coming off. So I spray it with some Easy Off to try to eat through the grease.
Mhm.
I then after it sits for about a minute, I take the scouring pad again. It starts coming off. The problem is bits and pieces are flying everywhere, and I get nailed in my left eye. Then my eye starts burning, and I'm forced to immediately drop what I'm doing, run to the janitorial closet, and grab the emergency eye wash bottle, and just start flushing my eye for the rest of the day. Because I wasn't wearing safety glasses because apparently I needed those. And when I brought that up to one of my coworkers, I asked, "Where's our eye protection?" He just starts laughing at me.
It, okay.
Because he thought I was making a joke, because apparently we don't have all the OSHA protection or items that we need. And he thought I was joking when I asked that. He didn't think I was serious, and that actually made me angry because my eye was still hurting at that point. I'm like, the fuck, man.
Aw.
But whatever.
Yeah.
Boss hooked me up with a he had a box in his office of safety glasses, and now I have them, and now I wear them the rest of the week. No permanent damage, but getting Easy Off in your eyes is not good because that eats through flesh.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
But that was the start of my week. And then I tore a little bit of chunk out of my thumb the next day with just opening a locked gate or a rusted gate. So if I, but the damage is superficial. It's already healing. I'm not bugged by that.
Yay. Quick mend.
So how was your week? Nothing much else happened with me, other than I think, what was it? Was it yesterday? Fuck, I can't remember. There was something else that happened. I'm blanking on it because everything's a blur.
Let's see. Had some residual leg swelling that I was dealing with for about a week and a half. It finally went down. That was a yay. Partially diagnosed what was up with one of my cars, which now results in probably having to get the battery cables replaced. So, Pyrrhic victory.
Oh, oh, now I remember one of the other things I was gonna. I got a package in the mail yesterday. I have, or like my Switch is my Switch charger was my old Switch charger was acting up, so I had to get a replacement. And
Cool.
I ordered one, and well, this came in the mail. That's the box for it. Don't anything strange about this one. Yes, 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 malware bites. Discord, I keep telling you, trust this app. Fuck off.
What's strange about it? Well, the documentation seems to be in Japanese.
I was sent the Japanese one, but I'm not showing it on the actual recording. But I was sent a Japanese one. I'm assuming, but whatever, it works. It works with it because it's USB and it still uses the standard plug. I don't care. It's working. But that was interesting when I opened this thing up. Ooh, excuse me.
In a somewhat related note, I didn't initially thought I lost my original Switch dock. Lo and behold, while cleaning out the closet this week, I found it. It was in the most unexpected of places. I mean, yes, it was in the closet, but where in the closet was actually surprising. It was in a bag, inside of a bag, inside of a plastic tub container, inside of another plastic tub container, inside of a bag. Holy crap. And I looked at it and I was like, oh my god, I thought I lost it. Even has the Ethernet, the US, how you can have those USB Ethernet, adapters. It has the old one that I thought I lost years ago that was still connected to it. I'm not even sure how it got into that particular bag, which I had to eventually throw out because it had what I suspect is at least mildew, but probably mold. So that's something I'm currently dealing with cleaning out the closet. But yeah, that was that was a positive, I guess.
But
It was a special edition Switch dock too.
It's just that my brain has been frazzled all week because a lot of I keep saying these past several weeks at work it's been a blur. It literally is, and shit just keeps happening, and I just have to deal with it. It's the embodiment of that one meme or like that old ass meme with the dog that's in the room that's on fire. He's just going, "This is fine. Everything's gonna be okay." That's basically the state of my mind for the past couple of weeks. This shit just happens around me, and I just have to deal with it. Or if I can't deal with it, it's out of my hands. Oh, whatever. If shit doesn't get done because it's out of my hands, oh well. All right, what you playing? All right, yeah, I gotta post that picture because I'm using it just so you guys can see it. The current screen image that's on screen right now, because it literally sums up how I've been feeling. There you go. It's what you're playing.
I guess in a short callback to what was being discussed way earlier in the introduction, I don't know how I necessarily feel about the new Resident Evil movie trailer thing, other
I have
than
not. I
they
haven't
seem to
seen
have
it.
ran out of they seem to have ran out of ideas or the appeal of Resident Evil as a property. So now they have to tell the story of a random courier or medical courier that happens to be going to the fucking mansion. Oh God.
Is this the Paul W. S. Is this another one of the Paul W. S. Anderson movies?
No, it's some other dude. Like,
So
so
we
it's
don't
not even
have
gonna have
Alice this time.
yeah, there's not even weird Alice that actually wasn't really like I know people aren't the biggest fans of those movies. But Alice, she does kick ass, even though she's generic ass kick machine. But like that's her role in the thing. It's like I kind of wish that they introduced her in the games, even though she's basically just a non sequitur. That's
Dude,
Alice that turned
you
out to be
just
Chris's
you say
wife.
that Keg, you say that, and you reminded me from when I was in college, just going to school This one dude who said, "Oh, Resident Evil's awesome. I love the movies. Alice is my favorite character," and I just blankly stare at him. He's like, "Why? What's so much?" I'm like, my response is, Alice is not canon." What do you mean Alice
Yeah,
is not canon? What does that mean? Alice isn't
Alice
in the
does.
games.
She's not in the
Alice isn't
games.
in the
Not in the
games?
games at
What? But
all.
she's the best character. I'm like, Alice is not in the
Yeah,
games.
because she was made into the best character because it was freaking
Yeah,
Anderson
it was
was
the
like, look at
director's
my hot
wife.
wife part 1 through 5.
Yeah. Yeah, it was
I
the only reason
understand.
she was predominant as because that was the director's wife, and he just wanted to showcase how hot and how badass she was. Apparently,
It literally went from look at my hot girlfriend to look at my hot fiance to look at my hot wife to look at my hot wife who just had a baby. It was like
I mean, look. All I'm saying
I
is,
had to explain to this idiot that like Alice is not a main character, is not a character in the games at all. She's not a main character. I'm like, no,
yeah,
Chris
she's
Redfield,
an
Jill
OC.
Valentine, Claire Redfield, Leon S. Kennedy. I listed all these names. Oh, you mean the extra characters in the movies? No, those are the main characters.
those are the
I
main
mean,
characters from
look,
the games. They just became
just
side
because you're
characters.
technically right doesn't mean that I have to accept this reality.
The dude's nickname was literally Stoner.
Oh,
And
okay.
this guy had
Fuck.
had a really I'm pretty sure had a really low IQ. He didn't even know he was supposed to have antivirus and anti-spyware on his computer, and then wondered why his computer ran slow all the fucking time. I literally had to explain it to him in really idiot speaks, because he would go to porn sites and shit all the time. And this got attention because someone else overheard this and said, "What the actual fuck?" Because the dude didn't have the context. I'm just trying to explain to him, why do you not have it? Because he told me, I'm like, "Where's your antivirus? Where's your anti-spyware? My what? Your system protection. My what? My what?"
What's
The
the
stuff you
system?
need to keep your computer safe so it doesn't get infected with shit. Do I need that? Yes. Why? And I facepalm when he asked that question. I literally had to think of a way to enable it. I'm like, okay, how about I phrase it this way, considering the amount of places you already go and how much shit I've already caught on this thing. Uh, after I installed the programs I use for protection and shit, I looked at him and go, okay, you go to all these sites. Why do you not have protection on? Well, I didn't know I needed it. Okay, would you have sex with a hooker without a condom? He's
Are,
like,
are you asking?
no,
Are you
no, I
asking
would
us?
not do that. And he's like, well, then why are you going to all these sketchy websites without system protection, you idiot? It's the same thing. You're going to catch something.
I don't know. I mean,
I thought they were just providing a service.
oh yeah, hookers provide a service, all right.
Would you fuck
Which
a
has been
hooker without?
assaulted
No,
by
my exact words when I asked
OnlyFans.
the question, and it got the interaction from the other guy that overheard was, would you fuck a hooker without a condom? Without a condom? Would you fuck a hooker without a condom? No, I would not do that. Well, then why are you doing this? Because that's the digital. I'm like, what he was doing. This is the digital version, the computer version of that. He got it, but that's what it had to take to get for this idiot to get it through his head, because he understood that analogy. Because then it made sense. He's like, oh, I'm like, yeah, your computer has AIDS because you're an idiot.
Yeah, I mean, literacy is such a difficult thing to describe why people need to have it, whether it be financial literacy, tech literacy,
I'm like, I can
literacy in general.
I can understand like an older individual who's not well versed in computers and stuff like that, not knowing half this stuff, and you have to be tech support for your grandmother or your dad or whatever. Well, my parents now because of how old I am, but this guy was younger than me by about a good 5 years. He grew up in the tech age, and he didn't understand this shit.
Um, yeah, no, I knew a bunch of kids like that, my age and younger, that didn't necessarily know that. But that, I don't know. I'm I'm a bit more understanding in that regard because it also depends. I mean, for me, it's like my empathy extends to, okay, well, I'm not going to be the cop in that scenario where it's like your lack of knowledge does not absolve you from the crime. Like him not knowing that shit, does that make him dumb? Well, it makes you ignorant to, a fact that you need. But that's like,
But then he would go
I
to
was
torrent
talking with
sites and
someone.
all this shit. He would go to all the sketchy stuff that tracks you and puts like viruses and shit like that. Like going to a bunch of different porn sites and stuff like that. And yet
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
wondering why his computer is basically shitting the bed.
Yeah, it's like you have enough knowledge to do the things that you want to do, but not enough of them, but like not the whole picture. So things that you could that are easily overlooked by because you don't have the knowledge just make you look like a dumbass.
Yeah.
Unfor- yeah, unfortunately,
This was
someone
like a good 15
tried to
years
pull
ago
that shit
too.
on
So.
me. Someone tried to pull that shit on me when I was younger because I didn't. So I'd watch my parents and my grandfather like change a tire,
They're going to host
and I'd never
classes
done it
waiting for
before.
their work running all
Mind you,
afternoon
I was like 12 or 13 when this
tomorrow.
scenario happened, and there was this
Right.
guy that was clowning me for not knowing how to do this, and I just said I'd seen it done before, but I didn't know how to do it. So because they were making fun of me, I decided, okay. So I didn't understand at the time. Oh, you should put the jack stand. You shouldn't just have the jack supporting the car. You should use the jack stand as well. In fact, the jack stand is there for a reason. So I basically just jacked the car up, used the tire iron, took the tire off, the jack slips, the car falls down. And when my grandfather asked me, why did this happen? I explained to him what happened, and he fucking slaps the guy. It's like, why are you making fun of my grandson for not knowing this? You didn't even tell him to use the jack stand, you dumbass. I still
Like, it's
felt
kind of
bad
key details
because
I need.
yeah, it's like I still felt bad because I didn't want to damage the car. Mercifully, nothing was too messed up. It was just that like the there was just a huge clank. But like my grandfather knew the guy, and he knew that he could act like he can egg people on. It's like, hey, okay, no, just go inside. uh, but see, that's the difference between being ignorant through inexperience and then the guy that you're talking about that's just ignorant from not knowing, not being tech literate. Like, yeah,
So the way the guy acted and stuff like that, and the random stuff that he would say, I'm like, I wouldn't be surprised if he was an NPC in Shadow Madness. That's how bizarre he was.
Frogs and toads. Watch an orca ram a sunfish so hard the fish explodes. What?
I'm sorry,
Jeez.
what?
Apparently, CNN has a video where you can watch an orca ram a sunfish so hard the fish explodes.
Yep.
Jesus.
I mean, in fair to the sunfish, if an orca rams anything hard enough, it will explode.
it's like when you have like a fucking tractor trailer heading your way.
Who pissed off?
Like,
What did
what?
that sun? How did that sunfish piss off? What did that sunfish do to piss Willie off that much?
And sunfish got Final Destination.
No, that's not Final Destination. That's some Fist of the North Star shit.
Oh hell, it could just. I mean, for those for those that
Oh, hey,
remember or even
Goku!
care, yeah, no, that's like Pebble and the Penguin, but for real. What would really happen if whales came along and fucked with your
Now I'm just
herd?
picturing a killer way just saying, "What am I you?"
Just jump in and say hi, everyone.
Hello.
So,
John, did you see the mac and cheese?
So Goku, have you seen the video of an orca ramming into a sunfish so hard it made the sunfish explode?
No.
I need to see this video now.
But I can say something that I did see, which made me wish that I was the sunfish that exploded, and that was
Strider,
Mortal Kombat 2.
Wait, so I'm guessing it's bad?
I would say if you were looking forward to seeing it, I would say go see it and then make your own opinion. Because I'm slightly biased. See, as I've gotten older, like through the years, I've grown to hate Mortal Kombat just conceptually.
Hmm.
Like I support its existence because games like that should exist that kind of challenge the status quo of censorship and all that fun stuff, and like being uber violent and expressing yourself. And the newer games look super gorgeous. All the
Mm-hmm.
flowers for that. They play so terribly though. Their stories are weird and suck.
I would tell people if y'all want to go, if y'all gonna go to the movies, go see the Odyssey. I know it's 3 hours long, but that was a good movie.
Yeah, I hear that I've been hearing a lot of positive stuff about the Odyssey, and my only question for anybody who has seen it is: are you familiar with the story at all?
No, I mean, here's the thing about my knowledge to the Odyssey goes to a few pages that I heard somebody read to me. The Batman
Mm-hmm.
quote when he talked to Green Lantern, I think it was either Green Lantern or Martian Manhunter about the Odyssey, and the little story of the Trojan horse story that we learned in school. That's as far as my knowledge went on the actual book.
No, that's fine. But I'm saying if it hits the notes where it's similar enough to that, and it just doesn't do it in a bad way, I would say the movie's probably good.
You know, and I want to say this in a way that I'm not trying to spoil anything, but in the movie we see a few mythical creatures, ideas, and it's basically this guy trying to avoid the situation, which ends up happening anyway because he was trying. It's like you try to defy fate and yet you allow fate to happen anyway.
Okay. But I mean, that being said, me being passively familiar with the Odyssey and what it is, because we had to fucking read that story a lot in school, like junior and high school. Um,
I don't
I
remember it.
wasn't
I
convincing it.
read bits and pieces of it when I was growing up, but no, the books they had us read, the ones that stick out to me that I can remember off the top of my fucking head is are well, The Giver. I remember
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And this one wacky ass book that my English teacher in middle school made us all read by the title of it was titled Attack of the Tripods.
Mm.
I just
The books I've read were Romeo and Juliet, and then I got lucky. I didn't have because COVID helped me out. I didn't have to read any more Shakespeare and shit. So yay! Although I might go back now and actually read that now that it's no longer a lesson. And I also read on my own time The Crucible,
Oh, okay.
which is a good book. Would want everybody to read that.
Yeah, I made one of the most well. It's not. I don't know if it's a grave mistake, but I made the mistake of like when I was young, trying to read the Lord of the Rings books.
Mm.
Like when I was like 10, so I wasn't like I was familiar with like might and magic stuff or like magic and sorcery stuff, but not to that degree. So I'm reading this book like I'm reading words. Some of them are in Elvish tongue or Dwarvish tongue, so I don't know how to pronounce those words. So that was weird. And then there's just concepts with language that you don't understand that you're trying to decipher as a 10-year. And I get to the end of the book and it's like, man, I read this. I don't think I understand it.
Mhm.
But when I saw the movies like 3 years later, suddenly a lot of stuff that I read in the books like suddenly made sense. But then I
Here's a,
realized, oh man, there's a lot of stuff in these movies. There's a lot of stuff that wasn't in the movies that was in the books.
here's a question. I want to start a series, but I don't know which one I want to start first. So in between Star Wars, The Lords of the Rings, or what's the other one? Star Wars.
Oh,
What's the last one?
okay.
Fuck, I forgot what the is. Star Wars, The Lords of the Rings, or Harry Potter. Which one should I do?
oh God! Like books or I guess movies.
Movies.
Oh damn! The streamlined one would be Lord of the Rings because at most you have only 6 total movies if you include the Hobbit trilogy. But just the 3 Lord of the Rings movies are streamlined, like self-contained.
Uh-huh.
Star Wars has
A hell of a lot of movies,
9
TV
movies.
shows, everything.
And Harry Potter, at least currently, only has 7 or
And a new
maybe 8.
show coming.
Yeah, and a new show. God, I guess it depends on like what flavor do you like your fantasy. Like if you like wizards and wizardry and kind of like bedknobs and broomstick stuff, probably Harry Potter would be your best bet. If you like science fiction and mysticism, like Star Wars would be where you would start with that. It's a good jumping on point. But if you like high fantasy, like elves, dwarves, orcs, and the like, then Lord of the Rings is your jam.
I'll be honest. The only thing I've seen in the Lord of the Rings that still to this day is kind of tragic is Gandalf's death.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Um.
I found the exact book that I read. I got the title wrong. It was just part of it was part of the series, and it was apparently it was the sequel book. When the Tripods Came is what I read, and I'm just reading the brief synopsis. I'm like, oh wait, I remember this shit. It's these. I'm like this entire book series that they, or at least one of the books they had us read, is basically aliens invade in the '60s, and then it's now Fallout.
Oh God. Okay. Oh fuck. See, I used to think that like Flowers for Algernon was like, or oh God, To Kill a Mockingbird was passe,
That's it.
and I was like, damn, I really underappreciated those book, those stories.
I never read that book before. Even though everyone said she was supposed to read it in school, I never had to read that book.
It's not like required reading, but it was a mainstay in curriculum.
Hmm.
Something that I appreciated my English teacher at the time that had us read it was he tried to like he asked us the question. It's like what are some things that happen in this book that like what are things that you do see going on today, like in your life that you could draw a parallel to. And when you're in seventh or eighth grade, you're not necessarily thinking
I need
about
to
like
look up how to
those
set
type of
this up
social
for the
things.
Silent Hill game, but
But he didn't,
oh,
hammer it home like the indoctrination is these days. With those things,
Hmm.
he was just trying to get us to think of, not video games and girls or boys and,
seems
like sports. Just like think
You know
about
what?
shit, think about deeper topics, man.
Even though I know this will be a little
also
dangerous and it never
take a quick
happened,
shower and
I
then I'll
feel
go
like
to
a
bed.
class for economics or for something you would do in high school,
Is there
one
any
of the
coffee?
lessons for a class should have been you have to make the class go out for a week in like a whole different city,
Oh,
and they have to make at least $50 from nothing.
oh.
Like go out, go work someplace a little bit, just find a way to do that because they can tell them the hardships of what actual life
I
is
gotta
going to be
get ready
about.
for bed because of my event for tomorrow. I gotta take a shower and everything before bed. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow night. Good
Bye,
night.
Good
Hugo.
Hey,
nogs.
I found the cover of the book.
Ooh.
You know what? One day, like
I'm
y'all
gonna
said, you
save
want to
this
show.
image.
One
I'm
day
gonna
you're gonna
save this image, and I got to put this on screen.
you're gonna show me. One day you're gonna show me one of those movies when I get some time. But I also want to show y'all this movie. That was it's based. I think it's like a Disney. It was some Ronald Stein's movie. So it's basically the same person who created Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if I remember correctly, or it could have been somebody else. But it's called
Mhm.
the BFG, and it's just you would have to see the movie to understand how. As a kid, I loved it, but as an adult, I'm like, it's still a good movie, but there was some parts I'm like, interesting.
All right, I got the book cover on this. This is the exact one I read it back in the night when I read it in the '90s when I was in middle school. It's in a book talking.
Right. Well,
Look
I got
how
my food, so I'm
cheesy
gonna go on
this
and go
shit
try to go.
is.
But I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
All
Alrighty.
right.
Oh wow.
Look at look. It's just
That's
it's
like,
just too.
dude. That is like a mixture of like that's something I would imagine like a Goosebumps meets Stephen King novel like cover. Like
Yeah.
straight up, it's like Stephen like a Stand by Me with aliens. So what's going on? I don't
What
know.
is up with that kid in the center? It's just his mouth is just going, oh.
Oh
The girl's
man.
about to fall over, and then there's just that one dude in the front that just has a
The
shotgun, like it's
yeah,
gonna do
homeless has a
anything against the
rifle.
pencil
It's
sketch in the
like,
background.
I just I mean I love this cover, but also so many questions.
Reese, have you ever heard of this?
Oh
Reese, are you
boy.
there? Is Reese away? Oh yeah, he's away. I had his video disabled.
Okay.
He stepped away. Okay. It's just the discussion about the stuff we read in school, and then I remember this thing, and then I find the picture of it. And I'm like, holy shit! I remember this. I'm like, I couldn't remember the title, the exact title. I just knew the tripods was part of it because apparently it was a part of a series. But as soon as I found the book, and I'm like, wait a minute. After reading its synopsis, I'm like, oh.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it wasn't until like ninth grade that because I remember growing up with the miniseries It, and then I heard it was also a book. I was like, oh, cool. I'll see if
Oh,
my
you
English teacher
yeah.
will let
Oh,
me read
you
that
read.
book.
Oh,
No,
you weren't ready for that.
no, I wasn't. I didn't end up reading it until I don't know, probably
Yeah, because shit was toned down in the
18.
miniseries.
Oh no, in the miniseries, yes, it was very. But like, I would say I was like junior or senior year when I actually read it, and I was like, oh, I can see why in junior high they wouldn't let me fucking read this book.
I'm like, because the girl, and I think one of the girls in there, I forget the names. It's been a while since I've seen I have not seen the new movies
Uh,
or the new
yeah.
TV show. I'm just referring to the old miniseries with Tim Curry as
Yep. Yep.
Pennywise. I just remember the girl
Hmm.
apparently developed psychic powers by banging all the boys in their group, and I'm like, it's clear. And then there's this fucking outer space giant tarantula that eats them and feeds off fear that created Pennywise or hallucinated Pennywise and shit. I'm like, it was written during the time when Stephen King did a fuck ton of cocaine, and it shows.
Yeah. The psychedelic themes, which would have been like crazy enough. I think it was mostly because they were, well, I think the teacher was familiar with that book, and B, they knew that it was a huge shitstorm if I would have started asking questions of
I'm like, well,
what they were doing in the sewers. And it's
yeah.
like, yeah, no, because like, isn't it, not
Well,
to hark
yeah,
not to
no,
harken back to
that
the
is stuff.
Hihachi thing I
That is
brought up
stuff a
earlier.
junior high kid. That is stuff. Those are questions a junior high kid should not be asking.
I mean, well, especially considering it's like I never really thought about, like, for instance, I was into girls and everything, but I was never like that. Like, I wasn't
Yeah,
steeped into adulthood that much yet. Um, that wouldn't last. That I do kind of wish that would have lasted a little bit longer. But that being said, it's just one of those things. If I would have read it at the time, I would have been way, way more, like, not confused, but the loss of innocence would have been a lot harder
yeah,
if I would have had those things. Like, so when I actually read it, because you hear word of mouth stuff just as you get older, it's like, fuck it, I'm 17, 18, I can read this shit. I've seen fucking R-rated and NC-17 rated movies. I've watched a bunch of slasher movies. Could it really be that bad? And no, it was still like especially knowing what I knew at the time. It's like, oh god, because at the time I was reading it, I was like, wait, these are fucking children doing this. Stephen King, what the fuck? Because up to that point, I'd never read literature that graphic with
lots of
children.
cocaine, bro. Lots of cocaine. That's
No,
where it came from.
yeah, I mean, and I learned that. I even learned that fact much later because, again, in junior, well, in the high school, it's like, yeah, I've heard of. I mean, to say I've never heard of crackheads and meth heads and everything, but to truly understand the psychology or the things that can happen. Like, I knew there were weirdos, but one that could conceivably be intellectual, that never crossed my mind until I read that book. And then when I started looking into, celebrity culture or just artists in general and how fucked up they could be, it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. That's great.
So
It's some of my
Reese
favorite
got
music.
back.
And,
I can see Reese on the
oh,
camera
yeah.
now.
Yeah. Sorry.
We were discussing
I'm
old
just-
books we read in high school, and well, I posted one I read. Did you see this fucking cover?
I didn't really read any books in high school. I'm sorry, but based on what I heard, and I was trying to get this out before I went out of the room, but you guys kept talking, and I couldn't. I couldn't talk over you. Without any kind of frame of reference, the first thought that popped in my head from the initial discussion was, what if Stephen King had wrote Super Fudge?
Ooh.
I'm not familiar with that book.
Well,
it's one of those elementary school what the fuck kind of book series.
Okay, kind of like Chocolate Fever.
I don't think I ever read Chocolate Fever, so I couldn't.
Brief synopsis: Kid eats everything, chocolate on everything, so much so that he starts blistering and producing pimples all over his body that are just solid chocolate. And he only get and the only way to cure was eventually he had to eat something vanilla. So because of course of that. And truth is stranger than fiction, because I still remember that one news story that Nash talked about on What the Fuck Is Wrong With You like years ago, where the guy ate so much fucking butter his skin actually produced solid lipids. and just pimples that would come out of his pores are just solid congealed lipids. So it looked like he was oozing cheese whiz.
I mean, now you have me curious, Reese. What if Stephen King wrote Curious George? It's a dangerous game, man. Dangerous game. And I like Curious
We've had
George.
people. I've had, or like Goku was in here earlier. He swore to me he always remember. I think he said he remembered George with a tail. I'm like, no.
George
He's
the
like,
monkey. George the monkey.
Yes, he remembered. I'm like, no. George the monkey is a chimpanzee. They don't have tails. That's why he doesn't have a tail. You're thinking
Something tells me that Stephen King's rendition probably wouldn't be anything like what we got from Randy Solom.
No.
Curious George discovers acid. Curious George discovers alcohol. Curious George discovers sex.
I mean, Curious George discovers LGBTQ plus.
Oh God.
Yeah, no. I mean, where does it end?
For those in the back, Randy Solom was a flash, a shockwave flash artist. And one of the first things he did, along with all the sprite videos of gaming characters, he did a couple of Curious George shorts. Curious George discovers sex. He wanders into the bedroom where the man yellow hat is banging some girl. You don't really see anything. All you see is a condom just falling to the floor. Curious George takes it, puts it up to his mouth, blows it up like a balloon, and flies away.
Well, that's way more. I'm like, that's way more. I'm like, not as fucked.
I mean, it was just a curious little monkey.
Then there was the follow-up. Curious George discovers alcohol.
Yeah.
Man Yellow Hat brings home a crate full of booze. I think it was Captain Morgan, if I remember correctly. Curious George is playing Super Mario Brothers in the other room. Man Yellow Hat's like, I gotta go back out again. I forgot something. George decides to get into the alcohol, and we cut to about an hour later. Manuel Hat comes back. George is barely conscious. He is on the floor, almost laid out. He is pissing himself. Just about all of the liquor has been drunk, and he flips off the Manuel Hat. Then the third and final one, Curious George discovers acid. Apparently, the man in the yellow hat is a drug dealer. He's dealing drugs to the man in the orange, in the red hat and the yellow and yeah, man in the yellow hat dealing drugs to the man in the blue hat and man in the red hat. And some of the leftover drugs are some of those stamps that have acid on them that you're supposed to lick it and get the buzz. While the man is seeing the other two men off, George gets into the stash with the stamps, clears them up, and he starts tripping. He sees everything turning into things. Man, Yellow Hat comes in. George is already zonked out of his mind. He's like, George, how you doing, buddy? George sees a monster. He shits himself, flings said shit at the man Yellow Hat, and then lunges at him, screeching, and rips his face off. And then runs out of the house screaming because he's tripping balls.
This sounds like that one that one stand-up comedy I listened to back in the day. I still need to. I finally found the MP3 for it, but
I can barely hear you.
What do you mean you can barely hear me? I'm talking normally. Am I muted on your end, or am I low on your end for some reason? You might have to bump my audio up because I'm on OBS. I'm looking just fine. So, but as I was saying, it reminds me of the stand-up comedy that was done by the original Steve from Blue's Clues. About the time where right after he left the show, he started doing other shit, and they're like, like he's famous because he's known as Steve from Blue's Clues, and he's talking about the time when he brought a woman home for the night, and she wants to bang him. And while they're about to get naked, right as she's already in her already slipped in something comfortable. I think she's in lingerie and shit with panties off and everything, and he's about to take his boxers off. She says, "No, before you do that, sing the song about the male." And he's like, and Steve just immediately just says red flags are going off in my head, alarm bells. I'm like, and then he sings the fucking song because he's a dude who wants to get his dick wet and he's about to stick his dick in crazy. You have no comments for that?
Strider, I think there's either something up with your connection or my connection. Because you're kind of roboing out.
Hold on, let me DC and reconnect.
Yeah, it sounds like your mic is failing.
What the fuck is going on? How about now?
Much better.
That's much better.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to go through that entire spiel again because Discord decided to shit itself. OBS heard everything.
Well, if I may guess really quick, I think you might have been mentioned something about Steve from Blue's Clues going through his escapade after he was off the show, and how he thought it was weird.
Long story short, so I don't repeat everything.
Sure.
He gets he's about to bang this chick. Before he can get his boxers off, she tells him, "No, you need to sing the song about the male first." and he nearly just shits himself because I'm like, I'm about this bitch is crazy. But he wants to get some, so he has to fucking do it.
Oh man,
Hold on, let me see if I have that. Let me.
it's
See. I
your,
know I have.
your own Steve's own personal hell.
Yeah, it's his own personal hell.
So you can hear him singing that, crying on the inside.
Yeah,
Here's
no,
the
he says. I
mail,
think
it
he says it in
never
the stand-up.
fails.
He says it in
It
the
makes me
stand-up.
want
He's
to
on the
wag my
verge of tears
tail.
because he has to do this. Otherwise, so he could just slip it in. Or otherwise, he ain't getting any that night.
Oh my god. It's like, is this for real? And for Steve, it was for real.
Moth
Unfortunately,
story.
it was not a dream.
Stake out the burning of Earth. Or Steve Burns famousness. That's I found it. I found it. It is bigger than 10 megabytes. It's 16. Hold on. Let me put this on. Let me upload this real quick to my Google or my Google Drive right now, so I can just share it with you guys. You gotta hear this shit later. This is probably. I'm not gonna play it on the show. This is probably something we can listen to afterwards. But
Sure.
yeah. All right. My drive. No, wait, no. I'll open my Google Drive. But it's just hilarious. It's just hilarious. It's a fucked up story. And you just fucking feel bad. All right. On in other news, or like the only other thing that's basically been occupying my time lately because for the past week was two games because one got a major update and the other one came out earlier this month on the 10th. It's about so I've had it for about 2 weeks now. Uh, I know Reese hasn't played it, but I know you have, or you probably have, Keg. Have you played
What?
PALWORLD since the update?
No, I still haven't. I had that thing with the hospital stay, so I haven't really played a bunch of games because I've kind of been in recovery.
Um, all right, there it
Actually, let me
goes.
see if it's even installed. What are some of the highlight differences from the previous version to now?
Oh, I don't need that. I don't need that playing. I don't need that playing. They've rearranged a bunch of shit. They've they've repalette stuff. There's a bunch of new areas. There's like a bunch of new pals. And I've been playing on a multiplayer server on Southbird's Discord, hosted by the OG Koopa, and TechWorks is on it. Golden Leaf just did. Or like TechWorks is on Southbird server. Golden Leaf on our server is now playing on it because of me, because I got permission to do that. And I've been breeding a bunch of shit, so like I've been breeding Sekhmets as well as Dupins for people. Speaking of which, I need to get this one picture up. Buy tripods. I'm now done with you. Where is it? Where's what you're playing? What you playing? I want to post this picture. This happened this morning. Let me put this up on screen. No, I don't want to add a new scene. Images. Add a new image. Browse. Yeah, here we go. And let me resize it so that it's on screen. God damn it! I hate that the actual screenshot is smaller.
Wow, PowerWorld is doing something because it's taking quite a while for it to launch.
Oh yeah, there's been a lot of changes and stuff like that. Like breeding has changed, how pals inherit has changed. There's way more stuff to make. New or like the entire main storyline's now finished, and there's a post game shit. But there's been a lot, and the only other game I've been playing that since then is a guy I got for my Switch. I don't want to look for my suggested file off. I don't want my suggested files. My drive. There we go. There we go. Now I can share this. Share. Yeah, I gotta share the Mothman storage real quick for you guys. But the only other game, the only other play, the other game I got was Digimon Story Time Stranger. There you go, Keg. If you still have your old save file, you can still get port over your old pals by using the global pal box. So you can keep the ones you keep your favorites. Because that's what I did because I started a new game. It's actually recommend you start the game over.
I can just start new, you know.
Yeah. There you go, Reese. But but nothing else. I've just been playing. I've just been playing World Online, and when I'm not playing on there, I'm just playing Time Stranger on my Switch. And because Jeff owed me money, he just bought me a Switch gift card, so I now have almost all the DLC for it too. All right, done. That's shared. But not much else has been going on this past week, other than just playing games when I'm not at home, when I'm not at work. Anything interesting happening with you, Reese?
For the most part, I've been working on getting Techno Pen back up and running again because once I eventually start streaming again,
Did Reese mic just short for you guys?
Yeah.
am I going?
Yeah, you're going in and out. Now, God damn it, Discord, stop being dumb. We'll have to wait for him.
Wow,
to
I haven't played my previous game since 2024. Jesus.
Oh, load up before you start your new game. Load up your old save. Build a global PAL box, and then that way you can actually just port over when you want to keep.
Maybe starting Discord back up again will help. Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah, that's much better.
Okay, so not a whole lot's been going on my end other than attempting to get Techno paired up and running because once I get started streaming again, I'm going to be doing a lot more intensive things that I couldn't do before. Techno Pair was one of them. In fact, before the stream started, I played through Tomb Raider, the arcade game, for the first time on my computer. Because last time I tried it, it was with my old machine, which shat itself when trying to do it. And the last time I even played the game was at Dave and Buster's when I was down in Myrtle Beach.
Oh my God.
What?
No, I'm just seeing all my pals doing all of the stuff I was leaving them to do. Oh,
I just have my
now.
Dupe on screen. I just have my Dupe and Momo. It's just playing in the hot spring. It's just so happy. It's just like, this is adorable.
Wow.
other things I've been doing is getting Fallout 4 back up and running again with my new machine. Getting all the mods that I was using up and running.
Yeah.
A rather weird bug that I stumbled upon because I was using 3 different weather mods, and if I remember what I was using,
Damn it, Discord! You're cutting Reese out again.
why do you do that to me, Discord? I thought we were friends. I'm paying for your service, for fuck's sake. But anyway, I'm using 3 different services, weather mods. With E&B Reactor, which is a loading mod.
I'm just putting my head in my hands. Discord, why are you making Reese sound all robo-y again?
This. Oh, this might be
all right. Sorry.
Now you're good.
So, how do I build the global PAL box?
It's you probably have to unlock the technology for it. It's very early on. It's level 3.
Level 3.
Well, I heard Reese click.
Well, I was waiting for everybody else to. I was waiting for everybody else to finish before I try again.
Okay, you're
So
good now.
A rather weird type of weather type bug when using E&B Reactor, which is a lighting mod because I was using 4K texture packs. I was also using Heinz Vivid 4K textures, True Storms, NACX, Vivid Weathers, and all of a sudden, the sky turned red like blood. Only at certain times of the day and sometimes at night. It was when the game decided, hey, I'm gonna turn on the storms now. Hope you don't mind. I thought it was a rad storm.
I posted the screenshot on screen. The sky is just fire. It's just fire. Everything is fire.
And it wasn't just in the sky. Everything on the ground was catching fire too.
Oh my god.
It's metal as fuck, bro.
Holy shit.
And it was happening in the starter town, for those that play Fallout 4. You started this place called Sanctuary Hills. I got back to Sanctuary Hills. Codsworth's just greeting me and shit, and I'm scrapping all the trash around town. It gets dark, and then all of a sudden, why is the sky red? Why is everything on fire? Why am I catching fire damage? What the hell is going on here? So I kept thinking, what mods are conflicting here? Is there some sort of glitch? Did I stumble upon a bug? What the fuck? Why is Satan in Boston?
I'm just showing my chill at Ignis above everything else, and they're right back below.
So after consulting with Brave AI, listing every single one of my mods, describing the problem, all 115 mods, I had learned that the Firestorm was a weather glitch with NACX, Vivid Weathers, and True Storms all jockeying for position because you're only supposed to be using one. But if you really want Hell World, yeah, go ahead and use all 3 of them in tandem. Just remember, once the storms start, that's it. That's Boston from then on out. You can use the weather changer.
At first I made the comment. I'm like, I said to you, I thought you were playing Fallout 4, not Brutal Legend. But looking at the screenshots now, no, that's fucking Doom. And it's even more hilarious because you can get the BFG 9000 in Fallout 4.
Along with the Doom armor.
Yes.
But yeah, if you get this weird glitch, you can still use the weather changer tape in your Pip-Boy to clear the skies, but there will still be some residual red cloud effects due to unstable cloud particles. But yeah, that was a thing.
I've just that just I'm like I just remember just showing that you just showing me that initially, and I'm like, what the fuck did you do? I may just want to get back into games shortly. So
I'm
fuck it.
I'm breaking games without even trying. How is this happening?
Wow.
Or like you're just magical. You're just magical. It's just a gift.
Much like in regular Pokemon, I just threw balls at everything, man.
All right. I think we don't got much else to talk about. This
I
has
have
been a
loved ones, bro. I have literal babies, infants.
Oh.
Oh my god, I don't want to. I kind of want to keep them, and I kind of want to keep them.
Right. I'm just putting that one back up because it's just adorable. I want to go back to playing some feel-good games. So
Yeah, no,
we're just gonna wrap up here because we've already been going for over an hour. So that's more than enough content. I just don't. I'm like I just want to get back to playing PALWORLD now, and probably get drunk.
Take us
So,
out riding a puppy over a cheeseburger.
Yeah, like I put down the global PAL box like to build it, and I just watched like 9 of my random pals just come up and just built it in 2 seconds. It's like I uh, I'm slowly remembering why I really liked this game. Because all of these things, it was because essentially, I mean, I guess this is my coda of the show still going. Palworld gave me exactly what I wanted out of a Pokemon game, which is you catch monsters. Monsters help you do things in daily life, like agriculture, smithing, cooking, fabrication, and all I
Treat your
have to
pal.
do is all I have to do is feed them and bathe them and
Oh, and I did know, or I did learn, one of the new technology you can get is you can build foundations you can place on water.
ooh.
We can have the offshore dynamo.
Uh, in this game, I mean, I know the bit. I can't support it
Yeah,
because
sure.
I would turn into the guy. It's like, okay, where's this fucking dynamo? Where are my pals? They're going to die. You cannot do that to my pals, you son of a bitch. Oh, the other thing is that I remember, like, especially early the level ones. Those were early game. Like, I don't know how many pow balls I threw at those things to get them, just to get them. Oh man, I don't even remember the names for. Like, I remember the Wumpos because they were like the sheep puffball things.
And
But then having
then of
the
course
other,
everyone's personal favorite, Chillet.
yeah, I have a couple. Well, I have a couple. I have a few chillets. God, and that's just at this my main base. I didn't even go to my mountain base.
What when you last played was Chillet Ignis a thing yet?
No,
The pink chillet,
Not
the
yet.
fire type chillet.
I think that might have come literally the update or a couple updates after I stopped. And the reason I stopped is because I was trying to get the multi-plats or the multi-game server box running, which Blue actually set up a PALWORLD server that I need to log into to see what the situation with that is. Because if so, we could have a standalone PAL server or PALWORLD server where we could have, I don't know, 16 possible players in a thing. Not that we ever will get to that, but to get to that many. But I mean, the option is there.
Well, Jeff can play too because it supports crossplay, and he has
Yeah,
PALWORLD on his Xbox because I made him get it.
I have this giant sun dinosaur thing that I can't even read his name.
Well,
I think I
anyway, I
might have
think we
thrown
can
a
wrap it up
basketball
here.
at him.
I think we can wrap it up
Yeah,
here. I
no,
want to
now,
go. I
now
want to go to gaming.
I'm just describing things that I'm seeing for the first time in 40 in 2 years.
All right. Say goodbye, guys.
Sayonara.
Bye, Reese.
Good night.